Growing up, I really didn't have much insight into who I was culturally. There was a lot of questions. I'd see Aboriginal families together that were proud of who they were, and I couldn't work out why I wasn't.
We've always just had a pretty crazy connection, and we've been doing life together for 13 years, and then to just not have that anymore was heartbreaking. There was just a lot of confusion and wondering who I was and trying to figure out who I was now that someone else who kind of made up half of me wasn't there.
There was a lot of conflict going on in the home that I was in. It was really around me coming out as same-sex attracted. The best thing that we decided to do was for me to take a break and go away for a bit.
He was gone to go visit our biological family, and he just never came home. I felt like I'd lost part of me.
I moved to Townsville where I met my mum. I'd known her for about 9 months before she passed, and that was really suckish. It was like, well, I missed out on 14 years of my life with you, and I guess to have it sort of taken away in a snapshot was pretty crap. I was homeless for about 5 years and started feeling suicidal. I just didn't want to be around. There was really no reason that I could think of for me to stick around for. I wasn't happy with who I was anymore. My head started getting more clear, and I was like, yeah, I still like chicks, but I don't really like being on.
It was like a surprise at the time. I hadn't really seen it coming. We'd had so much animosity and our relationship had fallen apart quite a lot. So seeing him was surreal, but at the same time wasn't very welcome, because I was like, what are you doing back in my life? You disappeared, you left without any reason and no warning, and now you're back and you want to be part of it.
I think it's super important for young people to see this, because there's other younger brother boys that are going through the same thing. They really need to hear someone that came through the other side of it.
Now that Taz and I are reconnected, I look forward to just working on our relationship.
It's not sister and sister-in-law, it's sister and brother, and she's really taken to it.
I've always wanted to have a bigger brother because, I don't know, they seemed more protective than an older sister. So it's cool. Come alive, suddenly brought to life when I met you. Having him back has definitely made my heart whole again, in a sense, and I've been able to find joy in singing, because I feel like that was something I was created to do. Beauty queen of only 13, she had some trouble with herself. I was always there to help her. She always belonged to someone else, and he will be loved. To my brother, I love you, and you're amazing, and you're inspiring. I'm going to support you no matter what. I'm going to love you. I'm not going to walk away, and it's not going to change how much I love you or care for you. And I want you to be happy in the end.
There's still a long way to sort of go to loving myself, but I do a lot more than what I did. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep going.